There we go. Let me see. Are we good? We good. We good. We good. We good. Hope y'all can hear me. And we are in the building. What's going on, folks? Pro Fan Talk in the building. About to get started. About to do the tip off. Indiana at Connecticut. Connecticut is, without question, the best team in the league. Dewanna Bonner, Alyssa Thomas getting it done. Indiana wins the tip. And Caitlin Clark's bringing it down the court. Oh, that was interesting. Caitlin Clark shoots a mid-range jumper for the first shot of the game. And got some butterfingers down there. And Connecticut turns the ball over. Indiana has the ball going back the other way. And Caitlin Clark, once again, brings it down. And who was that in the corner? Samuelson? Is that Samuelson or Wallace? Wallace. Wallace is number 3. I got to remember that. Wallace just hits a 3 in the corner. Sitting there all alone. Wallace can hit the shot. So if they keep giving her the shots, maybe they'll keep making. I want to see what Aaliyah Boston is going to do today. Because Alyssa Thomas is a force. And good shot with Dewanna Bonner. Dewanna Bonner, in my opinion, her and Asia Wilson are battling for MVP of the league right now. Because they are getting it in. Oh, the telecast is in front of the computer now. And Aaliyah Boston finally gets a point in the paint to start off. Good job getting it in there against the stronger Thomas. So we'll see what they're going to do. Dewanna Bonner wide open in the corner, and she sinks the 3. Dewanna Bonner is not playing with y'all. She's not playing. And why is this not let me see. Caitlin Clark takes it to the rack. I got something going on here. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, so it's ESPN. ESPN is running late for some reason. I don't know what's going on. We might have to change that. Oh, I think Caitlin Clark just got ripped. I think Alyssa Thomas just took it from her. That's one of the things I've been saying. If you ain't holding on to that ball, they will rip it from you. All right, Boston, let's see what you can do. Ripped again, Dejanay Carrington with a rip. That's 2 turnovers by Caitlin Clark already. Dewanna Bonner, man, listen. She hitting from deep. 8-7 game. Still a tight game, but damn, Dewanna Bonner is like letting you know right off the bat. Forgive the head score up there. There's something going on with ESPN site because when I go on the website, it's bad too. So I don't know what they're doing, but I'll get it fixed. Leah Boston missed another shot in the paint. She got kind of wild right there. Wasn't close. Oh, good feed. Brianna Jones finishes it. Good pass. Let me see what's going on. Something going on with my. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if I can get this fixed. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Is it Gamecast or is it play-by-play? ESPN is late on the draw. I don't know what's going on. Huh. Alyssa Thomas on the free throw line. It's a 7-10 game. She about to make it 11. Okay, now they caught up. Okay, now we see what's going on. And you see what's going on my right side? That's the feed from the WNBA site. And I think I might switch up on that a little bit later on. Because I think I might put stats on both sides. Because, I mean, you already know the roster. Wallace gives it up to Boston. Boston gives it up to Clark. Dejanay Carrington is guarding Clark. Wallace with the ball again. Time going out. Hits a mid-range jumper and nothing. Dewanna Bonner with the rebound. Alyssa Thomas. Wallace tries to clip it out. Dejanay Carrington kicks it back to the top. Dewanna Bonner kicks it to the side. Jones with the three. Off. They get the rebound. Alyssa Thomas bangs it up against Aaliyah Boston and another. Oh, that was Jones. I'm sorry. Kelsey Mitchell with the ball. She trying to shake and bake. Oh. 3 turnovers already for Caitlin Clark. Let's go. They know what you're gonna do. You gotta find an answer. Gotta find an answer. There we go. Boy, this is an ugly start for Caitlin Clark. She got what, 2 turnovers and a foul already? The foul was kind of a weak call. Good defense. Wallace is bringing the ball down the court, kicks it to Clark. Clark takes the 3, hits it. Should have been a foul because it looked like Alyssa Thomas stuck her foot under there when she was coming down. No call. Call the charge. That was a weak call. I'm sorry. That was a weak call. That was a holding call. That was a holding on Caitlin Clark because she was losing the battle with the strength, and they called a offensive charge on that. I don't understand that. Like Caitlin Clark was holding on for dear life. Interesting call. And we go to commercial. So yeah. Let me see if I can change some things up real quick. Hold on. Because I'm gonna see if I don't like that play-by-play. Let me try this. See what it looks like. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna change some things up real quick. Give me 1 second. Let's see how we look. Stop the studio mode. And let's see what we're looking like. See what we're looking like. What we got in the chat? I ain't even been talking in the chats. What's going on? Mark C. What's going on, my dude? Timmy Taylor. I appreciate you, bro, as usual. Mark C says go Fever. Yeah, man, we getting it done. Let me see. We got 20 on the mic right now. That's what's up. If you are on the stream, if you have not subscribed, please do that. If you have not clicked the notification bells, please do that as well so you can stay up to date every time I'm going live. All right. Appreciate y'all. But what's going on, people? Tim, what's going on, man? Coach said they unleashed the monster. I saw that quote. Props to Caitlin Clark. She answered all of the questions about not being on the Olympic team perfectly. We are going to get in that discussion after the game in the post-game show. But got a lot of thoughts on that. I saw all of the arguments and everything that was going on all the shows today. I think both sides are correct. I think the WNBA is missing a big opportunity to build the brand of the W. And also, I don't think really that Caitlin Clark should be on there. With all of the guards that they have, that includes Diana Taurasi. Yes, Diana Taurasi is 41 years old, but Diana Taurasi can drop 7 threes on you like she did a couple weeks ago. So Diana Taurasi, and y'all know I am not a big fan of Diana Taurasi, but game recognized game, and I got to give her props because she can still ball at 41 years old, and she's familiar with the Olympic experience. She's experienced with international play, so I understand that. The only question I have is with Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray has not touched the court for a WNBA team, and how does she make the team? Because there are better options available, in my opinion. So we'll see how it goes with that. So, all right, let me see how this is going to go. Give me a second. 1,000 by 1,000. So let's take that. Let's see if we can. Messing around here. This is, oh no. There we go. All right. Katie Lou Samuelson. She just dropped a. Oh, Caitlin Clark just launched a 3. She missed. She was off a little bit long. Hit nothing. They finally cooled off on Bonner. Dejanay Carrington driving to the hole, and she connects. That's the one thing that Caitlin Clark has got to work on in the offseason. Her overall quickness can end up being a problem because she's facing these ladies that are a lot faster. Great move by Nalissa Smith. Holy crap. Great spin move right underneath the basket by Nalissa Smith. You need to do more of that. Yeah, Caitlin Clark needs to get her defense better, for sure. She gets lost on defense a lot. So Carrington gives it off to Thomas. Thomas gives it off to, I don't think that was Jones. Ends up being a turnover. Let me see if I can fix this. Let's see. Yeah, this ain't working. Another turnover? Yeah, let's put this back where it was. All right, 12-16 lead. Dejanay Carrington on the line, about to shoot her second 3-point shot. There we go. All right, Erica Willis in the game. No, Wallace off from that 3. Got a chance to make it a 7-point game. Nope. Good defense. Y'all got to help her out with them screens. And she gets the call on the shot going to the free throw line. BX Polo, what's going on, my guy? You think NBC and advertisers who's shelling out millions of dollars are happy Clark isn't on the roster? They don't care who wins the gold medal. They want eyeballs. This is true. This is true. But it is not out of the realm of it's not an abnormal thing what just happened. There's been plenty of times in the past where some of the top players in the NBA, WNBA did not make the team. So that's not unusual. And there's been plenty of situations where somebody that was a rookie or even a college player has made the team for branding or something like that. Erica Wheeler gets pushed out of bounds and she's moving too fast and can't convert. DJ Carrington goes all the way back the other side, connects. 21-12 lead by Connecticut. Erica Wheeler at the top of the key. I don't think the players care. Good shot. I don't think the players care, Tim. One way or the other. Whoever's on the team is on the team. The players don't control that. Now, the one thing I will say is somebody like Diana Taurasi may have some input, but at the end of the day, that coaching staff, they select the team. So, and that's why I said Coach Reeve. If Coach Reeve really wanted her on the team, she'd be on the team. Period. Period in the story. Because you can't. Lexi Hole, Melissa gets smacked. Melissa Smith got her stuff smacked. You can't tell me Chelsea Gray should have made the team. She hasn't played yet in the league this season because she's coming off an injury. So, and it might not have been Caitlin Clark. What's wrong with Enrique Agumbawale? I mean, I can name others. Shoot. So there are others that they could have put on the team, but this particular coaching staff is looking for a veteran team, and that's exactly what they got. And because of that, I understand why Caitlin Clark was not on the team. You 100%, Tim. A lot of people have been bringing that point up. And that's why I say both parties are correct. There's no wrong answer in this situation. There's no wrong answer. Isaiah Thomas should have been on that team, but they put Michael Jordan on. And you know what? The game grew because of it. Don't get it twisted. Got to be a charge. Lexi Hall gets the charge. Good call. Good call. So I understand that, Tim, and you're 100% right. And at that time, Jordan was the right pick. He was. You look at how big Jordan was that year. Was that 1982, maybe? I can't remember what year that was, but yeah, they talked about that in the Jordan Rules documentary or whatever. But when you look back at it, you understand it, and what people don't do enough of, they don't look at they don't look at the decisions that they made back then and how much those decisions grew the game. So you got to acknowledge that by putting Michael Jordan on the team, that grew the game, because you got to remember, after that Olympics, come on, Aaliyah, you got to finish that if you're going to make those moves. After that Olympics, that's when we started getting so many influx of European players. Indiana's getting taken to school right now. Good pass. Good pass. Good pass from Caitlin Clark to Wheeler, from Wheeler to Leah Boston, and she got the foul. You know what? I'm about to go back and look at kicks it out, off. First period, they already down by 11. Man, Dewanna Bonner was killing them in that first period. Yeah, they gotta come across better than that. Gotta come across better than that. Um Kaylin Clark, 5 points, 2 turnovers already. That's why ain't no big deal. Um, 1 for 2 from three. Wallace is 1 for 2 from three. Dewanna Bonner already got 8 points. So she had a hot first period. 3 for 3 field goals, 2 for 2 from 3. They getting it done. They hitting their shots. So let me see what we got. Gamecast. I wish I could do that bigger. I'm eating up. I might have to look at changing this up a little bit. Really, you know what? I'm thinking of some stuff I could probably do to expand my interface so you get the score. And then, but I want you see right above me, the play-by-play. I want to give more information because there's a whole graphic up there, an animated graphic that follows the game that I wanna be able to tap into. So I'm gonna mess around with that interface a little bit. So, but yeah, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned after the game. We're gonna have a post-game show and talk about the Olympic thing a lot more in detail. So let me see. Let me go and do some recruiting on the Twitterverse. Let me see. Let me see. Man, I have made. Do y'all realize I've created 990 videos on my channel? That is ridiculous. Like, it's hard for me to quantify that. Understanding where I started and now that I'm here, that's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. There we go. Olympic basketball is very physical. Yes, it is. Dewanna Bonner did it again. To risk Clark getting injured, losing advertising rate. You're not wrong, but I'm not buying that as the reason. I just think they wanted a veteran team. Period. And Caitlin Clark didn't fit into that because she doesn't have international experience. I know she's played on the junior Olympic team, like a junior USA team, but it's a lot different. And like I'm not going for the physical play and all that kind of stuff. The only way you can learn about that is if you do it. Um, Erica Wheeler with another turnover, man. What is she doing? You can't be your size and dribble into the trees like that. That doesn't make sense. Bad call on the Leah Boston. That was a good steal. Kelsey Mitchell back in the game. Caitlin Clark get a rest. Caitlin Clark is what's her stats right now? Yep, 5 points, 2 or 4 from the floor. Leah Boston with a rebound. Erica Wheeler bringing down the court. I always get worried. Now that time she converted. Good quickness by Erica Wheeler. Ooh, lost the handle. Getting guarded by Lexi Hole. Spots up. Brings it back down the court. Erica Wheeler got the ball left side of the court. She takes it all the way to the left side of the key, and she stands there, gives it up to Samuelson. Samuelson tries to get to Lexi Hole. Lexi Hole was tripped and foul on the floor. You missed it. Erica Wheeler at the top. Kelsey Mitchell with the ball. She drives the lane. Great putback by Aaliyah Boston. Again, Kelsey Mitchell blows past her defender, but she's moving so fast. She got too much heat of the ball and can't convert. But great rebound, offensive rebound by Aaliyah Boston, a great putback. And Bonner just scores again. And you're going to hear that a lot tonight. Bonner's just going off right now. What's up, C-Main? Mark C, the reason why I do it and I don't do a radio broadcast because that's copyright. So, and because I do my own stream and I monetize my streams, I can't do that. Can't do radio, you can't do telecast. So basically what I'm doing is I just put the score up and I can tell you what I see. Kelsey Mitchell bringing back down the court. Damn, Kelsey Mitchell is fast, but every time she blows past a defender, like she's just got way too much heat on that ball, and it's she doesn't convert. If she can figure out how to get that body control and get that ball in the bucket, the way she blow past people, Kelsey Mitchell will be averaging over 20 a game. See, man, we've been asking that question since the beginning. They always get Aaliyah Boston at the top of the key. That is a Christy Sides issue because whatever play they're running, they always rotate her to the top, and she ends up getting stuck trying to pass the ball off. I just don't think that's a good offense that they run, and they should change something up because I don't like that either. That's a good question. I don't know. They're gonna rely a lot on Hannah Stolke, but they need an outside shooter. I don't like that pass, Lexi Hole. Oh, Lexi Hole. I like that shot. I like that move and I like that shot. Take more shots like that. You missed it, but I like that shot because she infiltrates and everybody is spread out and she's got the whole key to herself. Inside the paint, just below the free throw line, she's got all of that space, all of that floor to herself, and with a pull-up jumper. I don't mind that. Keep shooting that shot. They will fall. Alyssa Thomas, man. Alyssa Thomas is too strong, and Dewanna Bonner is just killing folks right now. Again, Aaliyah Boston at the top of the key, and she's running like she's running the point, and they just rotate her around. I don't know about that. They just called Alyssa Thomas. No, that's not Alyssa Thomas. That's is that Jones? Let me see who's on the court right now. Yeah, that was Brianna Jones. Damn commercial. I love when they do these commercials. So we see all of the bootleg commercials that they come up with. These are not like network commercials. Tim, yes, I would agree, but in my opinion, she needs to hit the squats. That girl need to be squatting her butt off in the off season, where she'll tone down, but she might go up in weight because she would have more muscle. But she needs to squat because, in my opinion, she should be a better jumper at her size. And when you got a more solid base, more solid legs, that doesn't do anything but help you, especially when it comes to rebound and boxing out. See, man, I've been talking about that for a while. Offensive rebounds for Indiana is not real bueno right now. So, BX Polo, that I remember hearing about her. I couldn't remember her name, but I knew they got somebody a big transfer. So we'll see. Them are some big shoes to fill. Some very big shoes to fill. Cardoso is also 6'7"? 6'6", 6'7". So when you're talking about that high, and I will say this, at least it looks like Cardoso's got a bigger wingspan than Aaliyah Boston does. So having watched Camila Cardoso the last 2 years at South Carolina and seeing what she's doing here, she's got that long. Yes, she has big girl's disease too, but because her wingspan is so wide, she can get away with that. Just watch the way up. She doesn't jump, but she gets a lot of rebounds. So, as opposed to you look at somebody like Angel Reese, she's putting down almost 10 rebounds a game. She's just under 10, like 9.6 a game. So, Angel Reese knows Angel Reese knows how to box out and jump, and that's why she's getting her 10 to 15 a game, plus her 9 to 10 rebounds a game. For her average, I think she'll end up averaging a double-double. If Caitlin Clark isn't Rookie of the Year, it'll most likely be Angel Reese. The way things are going now. It's a shame because Aaliyah Edwards does get overlooked. Oh my God, Erica Wheeler can't shoot. I'm sorry. Dejanay tries to go underneath. He gets the foul. But yeah, man. Like Aaliyah Edwards. Aaliyah Edwards has been balling. She just on the Mystics. And they've been getting close every night, but they just can't get over the hump. They just cannot get over the hump. Aaliyah Edwards is just getting overshadowed with being on a bad team, and it's a shame because she is balling. If Angel Reese gets Rookie of the Year, Clark fans will go nuclear on social media. Absolutely, they would. Absolutely, they would. But the way things are going, unless Caitlin Clark has a couple more nights where she only hits 3 points or something like that, I don't. Again, it's to me, it's going to come down to her and Angel Reese, and you might as well throw Rickea Jackson because don't nobody talk about her enough. Ooh, Kelsey Mitchell with a nice 3 from the left side. A lot of people don't talk about Rickea Jackson. She's been starting since day one as a rookie and is putting quality minutes. She just ain't scoring enough points on a team like that. That had to be a travel. Tiffany Mitchell killing them. Coming back, shoot the shot. You open, take it. When she gets that shot, she hits it. Another 3 by Caitlin Clark. See, man, Aaliyah Edwards is very underrated. And again, she's getting overshadowed because she's playing for Washington. Because every time I've seen her play, she's balled out. Matter of fact, she is Let me see if I can I'll find her stats. Because she's been playing relatively well. Caitlin Clark trying to hit that fadeaway again. Take your shots. Great rebound. Oh, good pass. She got caught under. Melissa Smith got caught under the rim, and couldn't get bumped out. But good play by Kelsey Mitchell. And the more they play, the more I like Nalissa Smith. Nalissa Smith can jump. She can go up and get a rebound. She can hit a three every now and then. She's a physical player, and that's my phone. And we're back. That was my sister. Say hello. All right. Pool within 9. Caitlin Clark's got 10 points right now. Decent first half. Let's see if they can slow down Connecticut. Connecticut is strong, man. Alyssa Thomas, she's just strong. She's just a strong player. Why do they dribble the ball all the way into the corner like that? Kelsey Mitchell again. Oh my goodness. I don't watch almost all the games for Indiana. And Kelsey Mitchell, there has not been a team that she can't blow by. That she's just that explosive. But she gets out of control on that play. She just got called for a charge. Yeah, they need to stop, but hey, Connecticut is good, man. Dejanay Carrington, Jones hits a three. They make their shots. That's the thing, man. When your other team makes their shots, that makes you hard to beat. And everybody's hitting their shots for Connecticut. Dewanna Bonner's leading the way. Oh, you stuck. You stuck. Caitlin Clark infiltrated. You got to go ahead and go up. You can't wait right there. If you stop your dribble underneath the basket, you're going to get trapped. And she gets caught and turnover. You can't do that. I don't know who's going to I'm still saying that Connecticut and Las Vegas, maybe New York. It might be Connecticut and New York battling to play Las Vegas because I don't see anybody in the West beating Vegas. Let me see. If the Sky finished with a 500 record and the Fever finished 10 or more games under 500, the Reese fans are going to go nuclear if Clark gets Rookie of the Year. Probably. It's going either way. You're gonna have people that's gonna be mad. So, and that's why I'm like, you got to take it down to the stats. If you're gonna take all the deal with all of the stats, the way she's been playing, Caitlin Clark is gonna have the lion's share of the stats for Indiana. Now, Angel Reese is probably, if she keeps going the way she's going, is probably going to average a double-double. So it all depends if they stay healthy. If there's a lot of things that go into that, but it's possible. It's possible. So we'll see. Nah, she don't. Tim, she does not have to do that. That happens with every player. Body language does tell a lot, but a lot of people do that. So she ain't no different than anybody else. But you can kind of tell when people are getting into her head or playing her well, D'ing her up well, or if a team has a good scheme against her. It's very easy to tell that, for, like you said, for the body language and stuff like that. But that's a frustration thing, and you ain't gonna never change that because the last thing you want is somebody to be stone faced and bottle all that kind of stuff up. Nah, yeah, that's the one thing about basketball, football baseball to a degree. Action sports like this, you make a bad play, another play is coming right afterwards. So it makes no sense to dwell on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I used to tell my kids. You make a bad play, that's okay. Things happen. The other people on the other team get paid too, and you got another play going. So you can't dwell on what you just did. You got to keep it moving. So I don't disagree with you, but that happens to everybody. Damn it, they just not making their shots. Good shot by Alyssa Smith. It just didn't fall. I like that pull up around 10, 12 feet away from the bucket. Just didn't fall. Come on, Kelsey Mitchell. Not necessarily. I saw Sabrina Ionescu this past week. She got upset because she wasn't getting calls, and was crying to the ref a little bit because again, it wasn't a good call. She was right. Should have got the call. Should have got the foul or whatever the situation was, but ref didn't call it, and she was complaining. So everybody has that situation. Everybody goes through that. Man, y'all gotta go up and get them shots, man. Go up and get them shots. And it's funny because it looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like Connecticut are making sure everybody get a chance to get some clock tonight because they know they are unequivocally the better team in this matchup. Make the free ones, Aaliyah. Mark, again, Mark Paez, I haven't seen your name before, but I definitely appreciate you being on the stream, bro. I don't think Aaliyah Boston is lazy. I think, and you guys have been here before, she's got big girl's disease. She's used to being the biggest and not fighting for rebounds and stuff like that. And when you come down, you got to put them elbows out and squeeze that ball, and she don't do that. Because I've seen she pulls down a rebound, and then the guard will sneak behind her and poke it away. So I wouldn't call it lazy, but I mean, okay, you can call it lazy if you want to, because when you pull down rebounds like that, you got to come down with authority, and I don't see her do that. Good spin move, can't finish. Alyssa Smith goes up for the rebound. Caitlin Clark brings it down the court. She penetrates. Oh, you had it. Good pass. Aaliyah Boston. Good give up. Aaliyah Boston, I thought she should have went right back up with that. But good assist to Kelsey Mitchell. And they got 2 points out of the deal. See if they can come back down. Dejanay Carrington gets the foul on Caitlin Clark and one. That's a good play right there. Good call. Good call. The refs are still not consistent enough because I didn't really see much contact on that play by Caitlin Clark, but they called it. But I understand why they called it, and that looked like a normal foul to me, as opposed to some of the other stuff where folks is getting whacked in the head and all that kind of stuff, and they hold the whistle. That's the stuff I don't understand. That's the kind of stuff that frustrates you. I think Caitlin Clark might have. I got to check 2 or 3 fouls right now. What are we doing? Good shot. I don't understand what offense they running because it's almost like they get 3 people way too close to each other. Stepped out of bounds. What's the call? We got 47 left, 47 seconds left in the half. Ooh, 15-point lead. Yeah, it's ugly. They gonna beat your brains in, Bootney. Yeah, they making it work. They're making it work. Nah. We all had something to say about Leah Boston, Tim. It's all good. It's all love in this group, man. I get it. I just think I think Aaliyah Boston is good, but they just using her the wrong way. I do not like this offense where they have like what they doing now. She sets the screen. Now she's coming back to the top. Good. Up with it. Up with it. Don't stop. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Go up with it. She get that up in the paint. She's 6'5" and she get that up. You can't do that. Go up with the ball, draw the foul. If you miss it, you miss it. But the minute you stop and try to fake somebody out, you're done. Because you can't move your feet. Mm. And for her size, Alyssa Thomas is quick to be that size. She's very quick. Clark just got ripped. Caitlin Clark just got ripped. Man, they need to put some handcuffs on Dejanay Carrington for that. She just got ripped. She stole that. Oh my God, she picked her pockets clean on that play. Good Lord. Now see that's just embarrassing. And ain't nothing that Caitlin Clark can do. Now that's when you see your body language, but you gotta the least you can do is hustle back on defense. But she was so in shock. Yeah, Dejanay just ripped her. Stole it. Stole it from her. But if you remember, that happened in the national championship game too. Just the way she dribbled. That's why I say Caitlin Clark in the offseason, she need to work on her handles. Um, she gonna be in the weight room, but she definitely need to work on her handles, and she needs to work on her side to side game. I'm talking about her footwork, her lateral speed, shuffling side to side needs to get better, in my opinion. So it looks like a good shot. The ball is not touching her hands. Do we have a different angle? They're trying to see if she got out of her hands in time. It looks like she did. They got it stuck on 0-0, and the ball is not touching her fingers. So that looks like a good bucket, if you ask me. There you go, right there. I don't know. Nope, they're not gonna give it to her. Her hand is touching the ball when the red lights come on. She's got the very tip of her finger is still touching that ball. That should not count. That should not count. Hmm. What's up, sis? My twin is in the building. Y'all say what's up to Melanie Wilson. That is my twin. Yeah, got to keep playing and move on, sis. She got robbed though. Dejanay Carrington ripped her pockets clean, ripped it clean. So we'll see. But let's see the box scores right now. Let's take a look. I'm gonna bring y'all into this. All right, Nalissa Smith. She only got 2 points. Aaliyah Boston only has 4 points. She should have 8 at least. She got 6 boards. Kelsey Mitchell got 7. Wallace has got 5. Caitlin Clark has got 10. Erica Wheeler's got 2. And Lexi Hull has got 2. Caitlin Clark has 3 turnovers. It looked worse than that, but I guess a couple of those bad passes, maybe they didn't count it. Dewanna Bonner came out on fire, but now her and Dejanay Carrington are lighting it up. Dewanna Bonner 15 with 2 rebounds, and she is 3 for 3 from deep. I'll say it again. At this point in time, it is Dewanna Bonner and Asia Wilson fighting to see who's going to be the MVP this year, because she's balling. Dejanay Carrington, 14 and 3, 3 assists, 3 steals. So she lightened it up on the stat sheet. 4 for 5 from the floor. No 3-pointers, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. So she's getting it done, getting on the free throw line and putting the ball in the bucket. Let's see. What's my shot? Let's look at all the missed shots. Not too bad, kind of even. Let's do who made what. That's the biggest thing right there. Look at the paint. Look at it in the paint. 2, 4, 6, 8. You're talking about 8 points in the paint. That's it. How many did we miss in the paint? Indiana. Why am I thinking it's more than that? But no. Kelsey Mitchell missed a driving layup. Lexi Hall. Alyssa Smith. I think Kelsey Mitchell missed a couple shots. I don't know. But what does our, let me see. Let me see. My other one is off right now. Let me see. Huh. What happened here? Something got turned off. There we go. There we go. I don't know how my stats on the right side got cut off here, but look at the points in the paint. Connecticut 22-14. Fast break points 10-5. 20-point lead was the biggest lead. Bench points, that's about even. Team rebounds 5-1. Team turnovers. They just not getting it done. So team rebounds 5-1, team turnovers 5-6. That's about even. Points off of turnovers 10-3. Lord have mercy. They got to do better than that. Got to do better than that. You giving up 7 points for how many team turnovers? I just saw that. Where did it? 6-5. So they're not even scoring off of the turnovers. So yeah, sis, who's that? Thunder 7. Thunder 7, never seen your name before, but I appreciate you coming on the stream, man. Always make sure you hit that subscribe and click on that notification bell. Love to see new faces in the stream. But yeah, they getting their brains beat in right now. And this is why Connecticut only has 1 loss. This is why. They are that good. Dewanna Bonner is that good. Alyssa Thomas is that good. Dejanay Carrington is that good. And they got a roster, and you see everybody's hitting their shots. That's what it comes down to. If your star ain't hitting, everybody else got to make shots. But when your star is hitting and everybody else is making their shots too, you hard to stop. You are hard to stop. Everybody, Bonham is the only one. She only played 5 minutes, but she's the only one who, her and Nelson Odata. She hasn't played yet. Oh, I take that back. She's had 9 minutes. She just hasn't scored. She don't need to. She don't need to. So 20-point lead. they getting their brains beat in. And that's the way it goes sometimes. That's the way it be. So can't get mad at it. Can't get mad at it. All right, what's going on here? Let me see. Oh, come on. Oh, that's why. Take this scoreboard. Take it up there. We get. All right. We'll figure this out later. What's up, C-Man? Caitlin Smith, Celeste Hall, Boston, and Timmy. All I want from this team. Trade everyone else. Knock down shooters. Fire coach. Yeah. I don't know if Christy Sides is gonna make it. She's gonna make it to the end of the year. Now, what happens in the offseason, if she makes it to next year, that remains to be seen. But again, you got to understand, Christy Sides don't make personnel decisions. That's the GM and the owner of the team. And when Tammy Fack Bentley was healthy, she was balling. And I remember Aaliyah Boston. I said Aaliyah Boston needs to come off the bench, and they need to start with Fack Bentley and Alyssa Smith, because both of them are a little bit more athletic and a little bit more dynamic and explosive than Aaliyah Boston is. Aaliyah Boston's got the size. Fack Bentley and both Alyssa are 6'4", when Aaliyah Boston is 6'5". But it just seems to me that Aaliyah Boston don't play like she's 6'5". So we'll see what they're gonna do. If the people get top 2 picks, then they got to get rid of Boston or Mitchell, because another high scorer would take shots from Clark. I don't want to get rid of Kelsey Mitchell, because sometimes when Caitlin Clark ain't on, Kelsey Mitchell is the only one that can score. Wallace can score when she hits her spots, but somebody's setting her up. Wallace ain't going to get you off the dribble and hit you with a step back. Kelsey Mitchell can do that. Caitlin Clark can do that. So you don't necessarily want to get rid of that, because remember, the first game they won, Caitlin Clark had a solid game, but Kelsey Mitchell was the reason why they won that game. Don't get it twisted. So if you taking that scoring off the board, who you replacing it with? I don't want Caitlin Clark taking all the shots, because she ain't gonna make all the shots. She ain't gonna go hit 7 threes every game. So you need somebody else to be able to get rid of it. And I think, and y'all been with me long enough to know, when you look at the way things have gone for the year in total, when you look at the situation in total, it is not Christy Sides don't shoot any shots. She don't shoot free throws. She ain't hit a jumper. She ain't hit a three. She ain't set a screen or a pick. And she ain't boxed out not one time. She ain't missed not one layup in the paint. So some of this, you got to lay on the players, because they ain't putting the ball in the bucket, period. How many times have we done these games? And you guys have been with me long enough to know, how many times do I complain when they miss points in the paint? That was the big thing, like the first 5 or 6 games. Their points in the paint was hot garbage. They should have 5 wins. They should be at like 5 wins right now, like 5 and 7, in my opinion. But they lost the one game because they didn't get that last shot off. Then you had the other game where I can't remember if it was the same game, where Aaliyah Boston just missed the layup, which could have won the game. So they should have it. They should have probably 5 or 6 wins if everything would have went the way it was supposed to go, but it didn't. And that's the stuff you can't blame that on Christy sides. So yes, you can put it on the coach because ultimately the coach is the person that's going to take the brunt of it, and that's just the way it happens. She's going to roll downhill. But again, Christy sides ain't taking no shots. She ain't missing free throws and none of that. So yeah, see, man, it's you know, it's just one of them things, man. They gotta make their shots when they have the opportunity to make their shots. Period. They wouldn't. Why would they add another volume shooter? Like, you got to think outside the box. First of all, they're not going to have a top pick. I mean, everybody gets a first round pick, so they'll be in the draft at the top again. But the first 2 picks are going to Golden State and Toronto. So I don't know how that situation is going to work. I'm sure they'll probably have more information when that comes out the closer to the draft next year. So. But all of this stuff, you know, what happens when Caitlin Clark shoots 1 for 9 or 2 for 10? That ain't Christy Side's fault. Because by that logic, is it Christy's fault when Caitlin Clark hit 7 threes? Is that her fault too? You can't just rip her when nobody's shooting well. That's just the way basketball goes. And that's what shooters do. If you're not shooting well, the only way you can get yourself out of that slump is to keep shooting. And that's what she did, because they've had a couple games where Caitlin Clark did not shoot well at all, but she made shots down the stretch when they had to have shots. That's the difference. The problem now is, like you see, you got Dewanna Bonner lighting it up, and everybody else is hitting their shots for Connecticut. So what do you want to do? The defense has been suspect. Rebounded. What are the rebounds right now? As a team, you got 9 rebounds to 18. So Indiana has been doubled up in the rebound category. That is no bueno. They've got 2 offensive rebounds. Now, that ain't no big deal because Connecticut only has 3, but the defensive rebounds is 15 to 7, double. That's where they're getting killed. K. Martin role player, knockdown shooter like Jordan Kobe has really. Yeah. But see, man, you gotta understand. You got to look at the team that she on. Everybody pumping up Kate Martin. Kate Martin, she got one job. All she got to do is stand in place, and they will get her the ball. Because you know what? They will give her that open shot in the corner, as opposed to letting Asia Wilson go, letting Kelsey Plum go. They can feed off of that. She's not the best player on the team. And I would argue right now, Caitlin Clark is arguably the best player on the team. It's not Aaliyah Boston. You can give an argument for Kelsey Mitchell. But the way Caitlin Clark has been scoring, Kate Martin don't have that issue. She already know Asia Wilson going to get the lion's share of the attention. Then it's Kelsey Plum. Then it's Jackie Young. She like 4th on the list. So all she got to do is sit around and wait for her opportunities. That's all she got to do. And that's what she's been doing. And when she gets the opportunity and the open shot, minding her business over there in the corner, behind the arc, they get her the ball, They do a real good job of spreading the ball around, passing the ball. And the one thing I noticed about Las Vegas, and I could already tell this is a Becky Hammond thing, because you could tell that's the way she was probably coached. Look at the way they pass and look at the way Indiana passes. You take a catch from Las Vegas and you ain't looking, your nose will be broke. Indiana ain't making passes like that. They passes are lazy, and that's why a lot of times they get intercepted. But they just pass that ball around, spread it out. Kate Martin just waits her turn. And when it finally gets to her and she got that open shot, most of the time she's dropping them shots. She's hitting them threes. That's all you can do. That's all you can ask for. The best team in the NBA is the Suns. Jared, I ain't going to really argue with you. Not going to really argue with you. Pistol P type pass, she good. But listen, that's the one thing that Caitlin Clark has done. She did it in college, but she wasn't hitting her shots. She was passing her ass off. But I will say this. It only becomes effective when your pass is an assist. If you're not scoring points off of it, don't matter. But yeah, see, man, make shots when the ball comes your way. LeVar, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good pass by Dewanna Bonner. She didn't finish that. 2 offensive rebounds just like that. That's what I'm talking about. In the paint. In the paint. Now, if you're watching the game, look at the passes. Look at the passes from Indiana, and then look at the passes from Connecticut. Now, this is stuff like the passes and stuff like that. I can blame that on coaching because they just don't. You can tell they don't practice it, or they don't make a big deal out of it. Caitlin Clark with the jumper. Oh, I thought that was going good. That was a good shot. I ain't mad at that for that shot. But look at Connecticut's passes when they get the ball around the court. Oh, good move. Good move. Ball movement. Wow. Dewanna Bonner just stole the inbound pass. Oh my God. Indiana looks laughable right now. Indiana looks laughable right now. And this is going to be another game where a team is going to get a hundy on them. This will be the third time somebody got a hundy on Indiana. Yeah, see, man, no hustle, lazy passes, absolutely. They they look bad right now. They look bad. Christy Size better get in her bag and she better call something because they look laughable right now. They look laughable, and this is what everybody will say is, and you see this performance. That's why she ain't in. That's why she not on the Olympic team. Caitlin Clark, 10 points, 2 assists. That's it. And she the leading scorer. Kelsey Mitchell is right behind her with 9 points. Yeah, it don't look good right now, LeVar. It does not look good. This is like laughable right now. Because we almost at a 30-point lead. 30 points, man. What they playing? 2K? Playing 2K against your little brother? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Look at the points in the paint. 16-28. Yeah, it's not Ain't looking good. Ain't looking good. So bring that down a little bit. There we go. Whew. Transition that over. There we go. Yeah, they beating their brains in right now. Kaylin Clark, she's 3 for 7, 2 for 5 from 3 points. So she's shooting 40%? So that's not bad, but Dewanna Bonner, 3 for 3 from 3-point range. She don't need to shoot anymore. Jones is 1 for 1. Harris is 1 for 2. Dejanay Carrington hasn't shot a 3-pointer. She don't need to. Like, they know they roll. They know they roll. 7 for 8, 3 for 4, 4 for 8, 2 for 5, 4 for 5. As a team, Connecticut is shooting 56%. That's ridiculous. 56%. How about an Uber to the airport? You wrong, dog. LeVar, you wrong. All right, we got a defensive rebound. Go up, Aaliyah. There you go. Aaliyah Boston finally gets 2. Dejanay Carrington's on Kaylin Clark. Smith dumps it back to Jones. Hits at the free throw line. Right side of the free throw line. That is a mid-range shot, something that the Indiana Fever do not take. Giving the ball to Kelsey Mitchell on the left side. She dribbles towards the middle. She stops, pops a 3 on Bonner. Does not hit. Smith brings it down the court. Lob pass to Dewanna Bonner and dishes it back to Jones. Jones can't finish. Kaylin Clark bringing it up the court. Taking her time. Trying to get herself open so she can get a shot. Reverses. Comes back the other way. Gives the pass to Boston. Boston to Smith. Smith in the paint. And kind of heaves up a shot. Didn't have a good shot. Alyssa Thomas had good defense on her. Bonner's got the ball at the right side of the key. Jones got the ball at the top of the key. Dishes it to Dejanay Carrington for the reverse layup. 65-39 right now. Fever ain't playing street ball. Street ball got some swag to it. Aaliyah Boston, stop putting the ball on the floor. Take the shot. Oh, my God. Wow. Kaylin Clark just had an 8-foot shot and she airballed it. Like, shot it short. Like, what the hell was that? Kelsey Mitchell for the 3, off. Good hustle to get your own rebound, finally. Somebody hustle. And damn, Alyssa Thomas just smacked the shit out of that ball. And Aaliyah Boston just smacked Dejanay Carrington, but got the foul. So Dejanay's on the line. Good spin by Alyssa Thomas and just dishes it off to Jones. Reverse pass. And they hit their shots. That was a good play right there. That was a great pass. And Dejanay Carrington converted. That's the biggest deal. This is homecoming right now. Who going to step show? This is homecoming, y'all. Alpha's up first. Who going to the step show? Q's go last. This is homecoming, man. We waiting for the band to come on the court. I see you, Lexi Hall. Y'all might as well get Grace Berger and them off the court too, off the bench. Celeste Taylor ain't getting no clock. You might as well get her on the bench. Get her off the bench. Y'all just wasting folks' time right now. At least Indiana's brought it back to 27 points. It's about to be a 30-point game. Boy, this is a drubbing. Well, they're taking y'all to the outhouse right now. Yeah, sis, this ain't this is Bootney Farnsworth versus 40th Street Black. They better hypnotize them. They better do something. They got all the old Lord. Erica Wheeler's in the game. Walking turnover. Let's see if she can get the ball without turning it over. Lee Boston, go up. She got the foul. I wonder what they be saying in them huddles. Probably something like, I sure hope this game is over with. Aaliyah, the hair's growing, man. Go ahead and get them braids redone, man. I'm just saying. Hey, sis, this homecoming. It's like we playing Sycamore right now. It ain't it ain't pretty. Caitlin Clark had a below average game. Is she done for the day? She got 16 points. I mean, shit. 16, 3 and 3. 3 assists, 3 steals, 4 rebounds. Not bad. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. That's the wrong person. I'm looking at the wrong person. She got 10 and 2 with 3 turnovers. Anything below 5 turnovers, I'm good with. So we're going to nix that. But she 10 points, 2 assists, no rebounds. Grace Berger's in the game. You can always tell Grace Berger because she got them broad shoulders. Ooh, she got crossed over. Damn, they got her ankles broke. They got the B team in right now. So Katie Lou Samuelson is in. Alyssa Smith is out. I mean, it ain't no point in keeping them in the game. Let somebody else get some PT. Aaliyah Boston. Why she posting up way back here? Good finish. I ain't mad at that, but why you gonna have the smallest person on the team running into the trees like that? Like, run that play with somebody else that's got another 5 inches they can play with. Pause. That's just but she got her points. They need to put the bottom 5 on the depth chart in the whole fourth quarter. They might just do that. Yes, sis, they getting dragged. Good grief. Yeah, you might as well put Charlie Brown out there. Ain't nothing gonna change. Coach the way they play is unwatchable. Well, I mean, it ain't pretty. And when you see stuff like this, you say, well, maybe she should be on the Olympic team. So, but again, it ain't, I look at it from a marketing standpoint. As far as them trying to grow the game, I think it would have been good, especially when you got Chelsea Gray. But again, I'm saving that conversation till after the game because clearly we're going to talk about that because it ain't no damn reason at all that we need to discuss this game at the postgame show because this ain't even been a challenge since the first period. 26-15, 29-20, 14-10, and this fourth period is going to be it's we still in the third period. Lord have mercy. This game gonna take forever to get done. Dewanna Bonner better not step foot on this court again. Like, there's no reason for her to even be playing. Who's ball? I don't even remember watching Grace Berger play. I know she played for Indiana. Look at that, man. Dewanna Bonner looked like she in street clothes. She ain't coming back in the game. She don't need to. I'm gonna have to go back and watch tape on Erica Wheeler because I know she made the All-Star team a couple years ago. So at one point, she had to have been good. But the way she looks now is just not. It's not good. It ain't her as the team she's on. Asia won't shine on Mystics by herself. Gotta have a team too. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Can't do it all herself. Lexi Hole, did she get a foul? Man, I don't listen. After this game, I don't even want my. Usually, I have a victory Haagen-Dazs, but I can't. I can't even do that in good conscience tonight. Make the free ones, Lexi. There you go. Woof. All right. Indiana trying to battle back to make it a 20-point game. Ooh. She should have kept going to the basket. You had her beat. And clearly you got the length to take it up to the hole and she can't stop you. Wasn't no reason for you to stop and pop. Take that straight to the hole. Who was that? Who's on the free throw line? What's her name? You know it's bad. I'm not recognizing anybody on the floor because they're usually on the bench. That's the head coach for Connecticut is, I believe that's the girl that Lisa Salters is married to from ESPN. Well, they got Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston, why are you raising your hand? He can't give you the ball. Take the shot. Nobody is ever in a situation where they can get a rebound. Nobody. Got to be a charge. Didn't have a feet set. Did you get the and one? It's a little bit of both, LeVar. A little bit of both. A little bit of both. You know, I'm not. Is it Christy Side's fault that they missing shots in the paint, layups, not getting rebounds? Again, I mean, and plus, don't forget the people on the other side of the court get paid too. Jim, which team is the best right now? Some say it's Connecticut, but they just lost to New York and the Aces. In my opinion, I would say it is Las Vegas and Connecticut. They are 1 and 1A. There's not much difference between them. Then you got New York. So I don't know. To me, it's going to be a battle between New York and Connecticut to play for the championship. I think LA. I don't think not LA, but I don't think anybody can beat Vegas. Not from the West. Dallas don't have enough power. Maybe Seattle. Maybe Seattle can put something together with Jewel Lloyd and Skylar Diggins Smith. Maybe. But I just think Asia Wilson is too good. They're running this offense all the way out. Grace Burgers. Pop it, Grace. Pop the three. Why are you dribbling so much? You ain't got nothing to lose right now. And Erica Wheeler turns it over again. Erica Wheeler is the walking turnover, man. I told y'all. She is a walking turnover. Grace, let me see your long range. There you go. Good move. Pop it. Pop it. You waited too late. Turnover again. Make the decision. Damn. Make a decision. Whatever you're going to do, just do it. Good block. Lexi Hall coming out there, hustling on defense. Somebody got to do it. Shit. Christy, you might as well need to go ahead and jumble this lineup a little bit because, yeah. Good hustle by Lexi Hall getting over there and playing defense. Good call, good foul. That's a good foul, and it's a good play by her to get to the line. That's good play on both sides of the ball. Have they said the attendance yet? I haven't heard it. I want to see if ESPN will give you that. Yeah, 45 seconds left in the third. Good shot by Berger. They need a coach to push them. Don't play. You don't hustle, get rebounds, turnovers, Calipari, Dawn. Bench you when you lose, take one play out. Yeah, but I mean, it's a different beast in the pros. You can't coach them like they in college in the pros. You can't do that. BX Polo. The Caden Clark effect must be real. Why else am I watching this game? That's a damn good point. You must want to see her legs on the bench. That's about it. That's about it. Erica Wheeler with the ball, so you never know what's going to happen. Kicks it out to the corner. Grace Berger with the three. No good. Aaliyah Boston, go back up with the shot. Erica Wheeler gets the three at the end. Y'all stop playing with that sniper stuff. Stop. They just cut it to a 26-point lead. Stop playing. 24-point lead. I heard the CS guard versus New York was the highest attended this season, but nobody talking about it. I heard a couple people mention that. I did. Yeah, I heard a couple people mention that. Matter of fact, one of my friends that I used to work with at Apple, she went to the game in New York, and she got like some footage on her Instagram page from being at the game. But apparently that was a good game. Like, listen, man, Sabrina Ionescu is in my top 3 favorite players in the league right now. So I'm working on a video talking about my favorite players right now. It would probably be Arike Agumbawale, Jewel Lloyd, Sabrina Ionescu, Jonquel Jones, and I don't know who's going to fit that last spot. Probably Kalia Copper. That's my top 5. Not necessarily the best, but those are the players right now I like watching. So we'll see. 25-21 in the third period. They're going to breach your brains in, Bootney. Same thing in NBA. You get benched, though. Coach NFL, any level coaches don't play this. Not necessarily, especially in the NFL. If you a starter, and you are a high draft pick as a starter, they're going to ride with you. Rarely, the only reason in the NFL that they would bench you is if you just straight up don't know the plays. If you screwing up like that, constantly jumping off sides, things of that nature, that's when they will bench you or cut you or get you up out of there. But that only happens being cut. You got to be god awful to be under contract and get cut, because that means they don't like you so much they are willing to pay you to not be on the team. That's what happens when somebody gets cut that is still under contract. They are willing to pay you to not have you on the team. Sometimes they will negotiate a buyout. You might have $2 million and they might say, hey, tell you what, we'll give you 150, $1.5 million for this, or this. That way you can wipe out all the incentives or all the other kind of stuff in the contract that exists. And again, teams will pay you to not be on their team. So that happens all the time. So NFL is not a good example of this as far as benching players and stuff like that. So NBA is a little bit different because you don't have as many people on the team. So it works out and it manifests itself a little bit differently than any other sport. They need to go strictly bench players in the fourth. Celeste Taylor is the defending two-time defensive player in the Big 12. Well, she is the defending splinter gatherer on the bench because she ain't seeing no clock. Wheeler, highest paid, so pay her contract out then. That's probably why she's on the team. She's probably on the fourth year of her deal. She will definitely not be on the team next year. I don't know about Nalissa Smith. Yo, I like Mabry too, Jim. I like Mabry too. Dejanay Carrington. Cameron Brink has been playing solid minutes. I don't think she's one of the best. Well, yeah, she's one of the best rookies, but she ain't in the top. But I like Cameron Brink because she can play defense. Her wingspan is ridiculous. And she can block shots, and she can camp out on the perimeter and kill you with a three. So I do like Cameron Brink. I don't think people talk about Rakea Jackson and Aaliyah Edwards enough. I just think they get glossed over because all of the other players. Got a steal by Grace Berger. Take it. Why you slow up? Oh, Katie Lou, take that shot. Lexi Ho, you ain't fooling nobody with that weak pass fake. Lord have mercy. Erica Wheeler is the open shot. Oh, go back up with that. What you do that for? Come on, Aaliyah. Up. Lord have mercy. They can't hit a mirror in the bathroom right now. She should have went right back up with that shot. Why you got to put the ball on the ground? Go right back up with it. Get vertical. Jim, I like Kate Martin too. Kate Martin is benefiting from having the best player in the league on her team. Thank you. I ain't mad at you. Good hustle, Lexi Hall. Finally, somebody get in position for a rebound. Lord have mercy, girl. If you don't just go up and take the shot, always trying to fake somebody out. If you go up with that shot, you on the line shooting a free throw. They're trying to make it a 20-point game. Sheesh. Andrew, first time seeing you in the chat. I appreciate you. Please subscribe and don't be a stranger. You are correct. Connecticut is the second best team in the league. I would argue they might be the best team because Las Vegas has been looking a little sloppy lately. So if you're going to go by the record, Connecticut is the best player, the best team in the league, and Dewanna Bonner is her and Asia Wilson are the best players in the league right now at this moment. I would definitely put Arike up there, but when you're the best player on a one-loss team, it is what it is. So it is what it is. I sure wish Candace Parker would have stayed for this last year. I wish she would have stayed for this last year because she deserved to get all the hype that all these other ladies are getting right now because of the whole Caitlin Clark experience. Plus, I wanted to see Candace Parker be able to school Angel Reese a little bit. I definitely wanted to see that. I wanted to see Candace Parker like take Angel Reese under her wing and teach her a little bit. I was hoping that was going to happen, but so I don't know what they're going to do, man. The Trey world, appreciate you, man. I ain't never seen you in the chats before, but don't be a stranger, bro. I appreciate it. Edwards might have the best all-around game of the rookies. Aaliyah Edwards, I ain't mad at that. Not mad at that at all. She is definitely getting overshadowed being playing for Washington. So yeah. I don't even want to look at the box scores no more. Let's see if let's see the stats. I should be able to bring her up as soon as this website pop up. Team player, complete leaders. She got to be up there. Asia Wilson. Ezzie McBeggar. Kennedy Carter. And you know what? Not for nothing. Listen, Kennedy Carter coming off the bench. What that girl is doing, averaging 19 points a game. Or not 19 points. She averaging, where'd she go? She averaging almost 13 points a game coming off the bench. The last 2 or 3 games, I think it's the last two out of the last 3 games, she led the team in scoring coming off the bench. And I was like, you got to give it up, man. You might not like her for the shit that she did to Caitlin Clark. It was a cheap shot, ugly move. She got penalized for it. But other than that, she's been on a tear coming off the bench. And she probably will, the way she's going, if she keep her nose clean, she'll be a shoe-in for 6th man of the year. Easily. All she got to do is keep her nose clean and don't do nothing stupid. That's it. Aaliyah, go up. Didn't make the shot, but got the free throws. She dribbles the ball. She does one too many dribbles on the floor underneath the basket. Celeste Taylor can't even get garbage time. That is messed up. Hey, and don't get it twisted. Coaching is political. You can't sit the bench because somebody doesn't like you. I've been a part of that. It is not fun. When I was my last year in the World League, I had the best camp of my professional career. I was ready to be the starter. I put the work in. I bulked up. I had a great camp. And then somebody came back on the team that they didn't think was coming back. And it was like I never did a thing. So I've been a part of that. I'll never forget. I played my boy, Ron Carpenter, one of my best friends, was playing with Amsterdam at the time. And after the game, he caught me after the game. He's like, "What happened to you? Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." He said, "We've been watching tape on you all week. We was getting ready for you." And I said, "Hey, man," I said, "I appreciate it, but old boy came back and it was like I ain't never did a thing." So I've been a part of that. It is not fun sitting on the bench when you know you could be playing. I mean, why is she not? Is it The only thing I can think of is maybe it's a contractual thing. If you play X amount of games, maybe she's got some type of incentive clause that they're not trying to meet. I've definitely seen that before. But I don't know. Is that her right there? Is that Celeste? Number 6? Damn, Aaliyah, you can't catch a break, babe. Good move. You just didn't convert. Why is Dewanna Bonner back in the game? She don't need to be in the game. They don't need y'all. Get that rebound. If you watching the game, do you see how Aaliyah Boston pulls down rebounds? It is not a forceful endeavor. Not at all. Erica Wheeler trying to go in between the trees again. Good hustle for the rebound. I ain't going to lie. Samuelson, and she gets the bounce. 65 to 83. 5 minutes left in the game. Yeah, we know. We've been talking about that. Aaliyah Edwards. It's just a shame that she on the Mystics. Damn, they fell on each other. Did Grace Burger get hurt? Dejanay Carrington, easy buckets. Yep, Grace Burger hurt herself. Get her out the game. Get her out the game. Caitlin Clark coming back in. Yep. She came down on somebody. Ice it up. Y'all better empty your bench. Better empty your bench. Yeah, they being very generous with the whistle today, Andrew. For sure. For sure. We on commercial break. Yeah, they gotta get it. They gotta get it together, man. This you might as well count this as an L, like I said, man. This homecoming. We trying to go to the step show. Alphas is stepping first, then the Qs, then the Kappas and the Sigmas. Get there early so you can get a good seat. Stuck on the terrible team. Yeah, she's stuck on a terrible team, but she ain't playing for Washington. I watched some tapes. Go back and look at this. Go back and look at Indiana Fever last year and go look at Boston when she got Rookie of the Year. She does look like she's put on a little bit of weight. I will say that, but I don't know if that's it. It don't look like it's muscular. So I don't know. She just don't move up and down the court, in my opinion, very well. And that's why I say that Nalissa Smith is more athletic than Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston only has her by an inch. Nalissa Smith is 6'4", 6'7" when she got that whole big old afro going. So I would start Nalissa Smith and Tammy Fagbenley. Size is a damn mess. Yeah, I keep hearing that, man. I keep hearing that. Yeah, Indy 063, man. I don't know. When I look at the tapes, because I will always reiterate this, I am a rookie fan. Oh, look at this. They talking about the Olympic roster. Nafisa Collier, Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray should not be on the team. Brittany Griner is arguable. She's been hurt all year. She hasn't been playing much. I looked at the game with the Mercury last night, and she is slow up and down that court. Sabrina Ionescu, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Caitlin Clark wouldn't replace neither one of any of those three. Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Alyssa Thomas, and I forget the last two. So, with the exception of Chelsea Gray, Caitlin Clark ain't making that roster. She's not making that roster. Keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Erica Wheeler buries a shot from mid-range shot from the free throw line on the right side. They're trying to get this game over with, get out of there, no injuries, nothing crazy happening. So they're going to use up all of that shot clock. Dewanna Bonner for a mid-range, and that was just an ugly shot. Erica Wheeler brings it down the court. She dishes it out. Who's in the corner? Lexi Hull kicks it back out to Erica Wheeler. And you got Samuelson, you got Celeste, you got Hull, and you got Aaliyah Boston. Hull fires a three, and she hits absolutely nothing. Air ball from the corner by Lexi Hull. Good grief. Dejanay Carrington. Indy's freezing up when they have shots, holding on to the ball instead of charging the Suns. Yep. Another offensive rebound by the Suns. Luckily, there's only 3.5 minutes left in this game. Turnover by the Suns, and Samuelson brings it down. So she tries to pass it to Lexi Hull, and it doesn't get there. And it's another turnover by Indiana. What a surprise. Lexi Hull with the steal. Can she finish it? Nope. Gives it up. Celeste Taylor, is she going to score? No, she gets the foul. Dejanay Carrington went up and came down on her back. Almost. Celeste Taylor almost scored. She'll get the free throw, though. Caitlin Clark is done. Caitlin Clark used to do the same thing. Just cover her mouth because she don't want to throw up over everything. Don't they hold trials for the USA team? Did Clark even go try out? She could not try out because she was still in the NCAA tournament. That's why she didn't do it, Trey. Good question, though. Legit question. But because she was still in the tournament, she couldn't do it. That's the downside of being in the NCAA tournament. But again, there's been so many times in the past where they've been the rules. And I say this again, and I don't want to really get in this conversation because I want to save it until when we go to the post game. If Cheryl Reeve wanted her on the team, she would be on the team. Now, having said that, it's not Cheryl Reeve. Cheryl Reeve is the head coach, but it's not like Cheryl Reeve operates with autonomy. She goes and she's got a whole host of coaches. Dawn Staley, one of them. And I tell you what, I would take the advice of Dawn Staley before Cheryl Reeve. Easily. If Dawn Staley say she ain't ready, I'm going to take Dawn Staley at her word, period. As far as I'm concerned, Dawn Staley with 3 national championships, 1 undefeated perfect season, whatever she say is gospel in my book. So if she say she ain't ready, damn it, she ain't ready. Quiet as kept, I wanted Dawn Staley to coach the damn Sixers. Don't get it twisted. When I watch film, one player gets the ball, everybody stands still, no movement. Agreed. Without the ball, other than CC sides, what are we doing? No plays, ran. Caitlin Clark does tend to get flat-footed and slow away from the ball. She does not do a good job of moving without the ball, in my opinion. That's on offense. Luckily, it's only 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. Hopefully, this will be over soon. CC needs to up her defensive game if we were all honest. I agree 100%. Her defense is a little bit suspect. But that's what I said earlier, that she needs to, off-season, she needs to work on her side-to-side game. Her lateral movement is a little bit slow. She's got it, and she can do an adequate job. But in a situation like this, adequate is nowhere close to being good enough. Say it like that. SC, a couple times she did, especially on defense. We're not talking about offense. We're talking about defense. That was one of the gripes people had about her at Iowa. Her defense, that was something that people said about her. Her defense wasn't that good. Ooh, good shot to three. Betty, at this point we've kind of beaten a dead horse. Because I was one that would say, like, I didn't like the fact that Caitlin Clark was always bringing the ball down the court. Kelsey Mitchell is a much better ball handler. I've seen people that say that Kelsey Mitchell is a ball hog. I disagree. She can dribble. She's more explosive off the dribble, and she got better handles than Caitlin Clark. That's why she should bring the ball down the court. When Kelsey Mitchell attacks the lane, she collapses the defense. Everybody has to come to guard her, which leaves people open on the perimeter. And you can exploit that. And Christy Sides just doesn't draw it up that way. Zach got jokes. She got jokes. Zach, she did not monster out tonight. I knew that was going to come back to bite her. Anytime you say something like that as a player and put that type of energy out in the universe, it's usually going to come back and bite you in the ass. So, especially when you're going up against Connecticut, the best team in the league. Like, stop playing. Stop playing. Yeah, this game was trash. It wasn't her worst game. You got that 3-point game she had a couple weeks ago. That was her worst game, but she had decent stats tonight. That's about it. Decent. That's about as far as I would go. Mitchell dribbles into paint, gets stripped every time. No, that is not Mitchell. That is Erica Wheeler. Mitchell is explosive and fast off the dribble, and sometimes she moves so fast that she can't get her body in control and she misses the layups. That's what Mitchell is. But Mitchell can hit threes. Mitchell can penetrate. She can put score. Mitchell is easily their second best option outside of Caitlin Clark for scoring. And some people would say she's the first option, but it just doesn't manifest like that on the court all the time. But Mitchell can play. Don't get it twisted. At least in my opinion, she can play. Lexi Hall having quality minutes tonight. Oh, it's a 20-point game. Way better back. Minute 30 left in this game. Thank God. From New York Post, WNBA coach Cheryl Reeve not happy with league's Caitlin Clark obsession. I think she too has a biased take on Clark. I agree. The big question, I mean, heck, I might as well get into it now because we basically in the post game show because ain't nobody else scoring. That should have been the foul that they didn't call because they trying to get this game over with. Go ahead, Celeste. Celeste Taylor with points. Yeah, they didn't want if Cheryl Reeve wanted her on the team, she'd be on the team. But this is very similar to Tiger Woods. And what I mean by that, if y'all remember, some of y'all might be too young to remember, but when Tiger Woods started, when Tiger Woods became Tiger Woods, right? Tiger Woods was as advertised, right? He was as advertised. Lived up to the hype. But here's the problem. Every time any other golfer would do anything, win a tournament, come in second, hit a good shot, had a great game, best finish, whatever the situation was, inevitably, somebody would come to that golfer and eventually ask them a question about Tiger Woods. And it got to the point where it was so annoying and other golfers were so pissed off about the situation that everybody soured on Tiger Woods for a minute. There was a big contingency of people because remember, Tiger Woods brought black eyes to golf. I've said this before. I remember growing up, and the only black player I remember in golf was a guy named Calvin Peete. And I would see him sparingly. And before I really got into golf, he was already in the senior tour. But I remember seeing Calvin Peete, and I think there was another black golfer, but it was one, maybe two black golfers. I know Vijay Singh, being of Indian descent, he's considered black or brown. But at the time, Calvin Peete was it. So there was not much representation. And when Tiger Woods stepped on the scene, you had this ginormous influx of viewers, black viewers, young black kids watching golf. You had black golf camps and kids from the hood was getting golf clubs, and it was a whole explosion and money coming from an unexpected source. It's the same thing with Caitlin Clark. And the same phenomenon is happening. Everybody gets so sick of answering questions about Caitlin Clark. It ain't Caitlin Clark's fault, just like it wasn't Tiger Woods' fault. Just like it wasn't Danica Patrick's fault, or Dale Jr., or LeBron, or Jordan. You remember when Danica Patrick came into NASCAR? Everybody hated her. Not because she couldn't drive, but because regardless of what you did, somebody was asking you about Danica Patrick after you done got a top 10 finish or something like that. This is what's happening with Caitlin Clark. Everybody wants to continue the story, so everybody got a question about what Caitlin Clark is doing. And you don't ask that to another team or somebody else where Caitlin Clark don't really matter. Let them talk about their game, what they did, their win, their team. Eventually, you'll get to a situation where you might want to question them on Caitlin Clark or something like that. But you don't lead with it and get it to the point that the point is it's a situation where I just did all of this and you asking me about somebody else that didn't win, that don't matter in this city, something like that. And it gets to the point where it's annoying. That's the problem with Caitlin Clark. And it's not Caitlin Clark. It's all of the media around her. Caitlin Clark ain't did nothing. Caitlin Clark been playing it by the book. She been saying the right things. She ain't getting, she ain't coming out of the side, saying something slick like Angel Reese did. She ain't doing none of that. All of this chaos is around her. She ain't did a damn thing. All she did is getting out there trying to play ball. That's it. But she's got to be that. She's the person right now. She's the hot hand. She's the one, and this is the one thing everybody been saying the same thing. A rising tide lifts all boats. 100% right. But a lot of people are just tired of looking at that boat. I use this example. Everybody knew that person in high school that could draw real good, or that was the fastest on the track team, or that had been starting varsity as a freshman, and now they seniors. Everybody knew somebody like that in high school. And the worst thing that could happen was when that person would start talking about how good they are. And you're like, yeah, we know. Shut up. We know you good. You ain't got to keep telling us. That's the situation. Nobody wants to see a person like that. That's why, I was like, when Angel Reese said what she said about, yeah, I was there too, and I'm partly responsible for this too. Yeah, you are, but if you got to say it, it just loses a little bit of it. And it sounds like you're just trying to toot your own horn, and it just don't come off the same. Yes, you are a catalyst for all of this explosion, but don't get it twisted. For whatever reason, everybody gravitated to Caitlin Clark. It's that simple. I've said this before. Let's go down the list. Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Diana Taurasi, Dewanna Bonner, Kalia Copper, Brianna Stewart. You could go off the list and rattle off a ton of names that are way better, miles better than Caitlin Clark is right now. Very easy to put out a list. These are all the players better than Caitlin Clark. Very easy list to fill. But what you can't do is find one of those players, Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum, Breanna Stewart, as good as Breanna Stewart is, 4 national championships in college, all of that. Not one of those players, not Asia, not Sabrina, not Breanna, not Kalia, none of them have ever required their team to go to a bigger venue because they were playing. Caitlin Clark is on a 3-9 team, and she's selling out everywhere they go. And you can't ignore that. I don't care how she got to that point. And I've said it before. The recipe was perfect with her and Angel Reese and the way it went. That was the perfect storm, and she was the person. Elle Duncan said this perfectly. She said, we don't come up with this stuff in a vacuum. Your viewership rating, your ratings, your viewership, your social media responses, all of that tells you where you should be looking. And she used, and I always say this, she used this example. And because I'm an NFL guy, you got to listen. And she said, when we talk about the Dallas Cowboys, we have systems in place that tell us every time we talk about Dallas, you get a big uptick in interest. Every time we talk about somebody else, it goes away. And what she was saying is, we don't pick the stars. You do. The audience does. The audience does. And I say the same thing with the content I'm creating right now. I appreciate everybody that's showing up and listening to my voice. I am a former NFL player, played for the Philadelphia Eagles, that's supposed to be doing Eagles content about the NFL, around the league, and trending sports. That was the purpose of me starting this channel. And I still do that for the most part. Because when this is over with and football season start, I'm going to be all with the Eagles again. But what the YouTube algorithm says is, hey, that last video you did about Caitlin Clark, they got 30,000 views. So you might want to do another one. So, see, man, you're 100% right. Caitlin Clark ain't said nothing. She ain't saying nothing. She's just going out there balling, man. So, list ain't that long. First alternate, absolutely. And I would say even that is a travesty because she shouldn't be the first alternate. Chelsea Gray should not be on that team, and Enrique Agumbawale should be there. Enrique Agumbawale is from Milwaukee. Yes, she has Nigerian parents. She was born and raised in the United States. Stop playing. She's played the U.S. junior teams and all of that kind of stuff. So she's represented before, and she's second in the league in scoring. She should be on this list, period. So when Coach Reeves said that nonsense about, I don't know what Caitlin Clark is, I've never been in the trenches with her, I've never played with her, I'm not familiar with her. That's your job as a coach. The only way you can answer those questions is if you play with her, coach with her, and see what she can do. That's what they did with Jordan. That's what they did with a lot of other people through time. So again, it all comes back to, if the coaches wanted her on the team, she would be on the team. They elected to go with a veteran team. I ain't got no problem with that. If that's your choice, you roll with it. Now, I can question your choices of who's filling out that team. I'm allowed to do that. And I'll say again, Chelsea Gray probably shouldn't be on that team. Brittany Griner been hurt. She's only played 2 games for the Phoenix, and she looked dog tired. And I hope she can get it together before this starts. But who else you going to put on there that's 6'9"? So experience overseas and all of that. So I understand what would factor into that. I understand both sides. Both sides are correct. Both sides are correct. They feel in the veteran team And Caitlin Clark doesn't fit that list. She doesn't. And again, I could go through the list of all of the guards in the WNBA, and I could probably find 10 other players better than Caitlin Clark. Easily. So I'm good with that. The flip side of that is, as far as a marketing standpoint and trying to figure out a way to grow the W and get yourself set up for the future, you missed the opportunity for real. Because somebody made a point today. I don't know if it was Stephen A. or if it was Shannon Shaw, whoever said it. It don't matter if she's on a team or not. They should be able to run through whoever they coming across. So it shouldn't matter if Caitlin Clark is on the team or not. If she on the team, she ain't gonna play. Now, if they get mad because she ain't playing, so be it. She'll get mop-up duty. She a rook. She the low man on the totem pole in the Olympic experience. If you can't understand that, what's the point? Uh, 100%, bro. Everybody talk too much shit on social media. So Shadow Pop, WNBA is not ladies just playing ball like they do every year. Facts, man. Facts. I was one of the ones screaming and yelling about the physical play. And what I found out is it's not the physical play, it's that these damn refs don't know how to call a freaking foul. That's the problem. And you can go back and look 2 and 3 seasons ago. It was the same shit. It was the exact same stuff. This is not anything new. They've been having hard fouls for the last 4 or 5 seasons. So it's not like they're playing physical, and it's not like it's anything new. I still don't know what a foul is in the W. Arike was the bigger snub than Caitlin Clark. I agree 100%. That's the snub. Arike Ogunbowale should be on this team. I don't give a damn what the coach says. We ain't played together, this, that, and the other. Okay. All I know is she number 2 in scoring in the W and outscoring Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young and everybody you fixed. But you got everybody that played together. That don't necessarily mean they're the best. So that's the politics of the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. So that's the way you go. All these girls aren't doing or saying anything, either just doing what's in the nature of playing competitive sports that doesn't have participation trophies. Amen. I agree with you 100%. You preaching to the choir, bro. Preaching to the choir. If they just competed, we would send their jealousy. See, no. I disagree with that, and this is why I'm saying NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA. I'm sure it's like this in hockey. Anytime you got a young up-and-coming player and they infiltrate your league and they getting paid more than you and they getting all these accolades and they haven't really done anything, they haven't taken their lumps, you are going to get people that resent that. You don't think these NFL players, these veterans that have been playing for umpteen years, and they finally get into a point where they can get a $10 million contract, and you got some 22, 23-year-old kid that's coming out of University of Oklahoma getting $280 million over an 8-year deal. And this dude has been grinding year after year, done come back from an ACL or a torn this or a torn that. And they done battle back, and they just getting to the point where they finally get in their bag and they finally getting that, for them, that big payday, and they get their $8 million contract. And you got somebody that ain't done jack shit in the league, and they getting 50 and 60 and 70 million with a $50 million signing bonus. So they done got a signing bonus bigger than this man's whole career. You don't think there's going to be resentment? You don't think that it's warranted? But that's the nature of the beast. So that's not anything new. It happens every year in every sport. When I made the Eagles in 1993, I was a rookie, undrafted, free agent. And I took somebody's spot. I took somebody's spot that was probably making somewhere between $400,000 to $600,000 a year. I didn't, but I took their spot. Now tell me if you was on your job making 6 figures or close to 7 figures, and somebody came out of nowhere and threatened to take your livelihood away. How would you feel about it? That part of it is natural. The jealousy and the resentment, that part of it is natural. But you also got to be able to look at the macro. This is the way the business is. That's the nature of the beast. Don't get mad. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. Because eventually, even though you might take somebody's spot, if that new player comes in, even though y'all don't like him or whatever the situation is, if that young player helps y'all get to the playoffs, everybody getting extra checks. Everybody getting extra checks. Everybody's getting paid, and that's exactly the situation that Caitlin Clark is bringing to the WNBA. All that bitching and moaning about getting equity in the league and all of that kind of stuff, when everybody wanted to conveniently forget that it's a subsidized league and they losing money. If the NBA didn't subsidize the extra money, they would be losing money almost every year. Now they're not because of one player. So they got to take that in consideration. Got to take that into consideration. Yeah, I don't think that was a big deal. I don't think Size did her dirty or anything like that. I thought it was an innocent quote. But that just stuff like that has a way of coming back to bite you. But she'll be fine from that. That wasn't the most salacious thing I've ever heard. Brittany looks a mess. Yeah, she killing me with that afro. Yeah. I'm sad for what she went through. Not a hater. I'm not sad because everybody take their lumps. Everybody takes their lumps, man. The decision should not be left to the coaches. They aren't the ones shelling out millions of dollars. The people that hire these coaches for the Olympic teams, they hire them so they can make those decisions. Now, I will say this. If there was a financier who was shelling out all the money for this, if they wanted to let their opinion be known, they would do that. But that's a good question because I don't know what the financial responsibilities are for an Olympic team. I don't know who fits the bill. I don't know how that works. Pre-Jordan NBA looked messier, harder too. Definitely. I did a whole thing about Jordan and the Bird, Magic, Jordan, ESPN, and how that worked together to change the game. David, I guess it was David Stern, when Michael Jordan was getting his ass kicked in the NBA when he first got in the league, but he was a star. So literally, David Stern changed the rules for Michael Jordan, and the game grew because of it. So it was a ugly time, and people didn't like it, and people resented him. But when you look at where the game has gone now, it was the right decision. The WNBA is in the same boat. And I mentioned this months ago. Matter of fact, I got to go back and look at my archives and find out where I said that. Because one of the things that I said was when you get this type of attention, you got to take everything that comes with it. You got to take all the bullshit that comes with it. And some of it is not going to be fair, and a lot of people aren't going to like it because you got to play the game. Because if you want to build the brand, if you want to build the WNBA and get it to a point where every time they play somewhere, their little arenas are always filled and the season tickets are always selling out. If you want to get to that point and you got a star that helps bring all of this attention, you got to maximize that star. And the way you maximize it, a lot of people ain't going to like it, and a lot of people ain't going to agree with it because somebody going to get their feelings hurt. You got to do it if you want to play the game, just like David Stern did. Magic Johnson said this, and I knew this, but people that wasn't alive back then don't realize it. Magic Johnson, because you hear people talk about the Bird Magic moment. Bird Magic were rivals in college. Indiana State, Michigan State, they played for the national championship. Michigan State wins. Magic Johnson wins an NCAA title. Magic gets drafted by the Lakers. Larry Bird gets drafted by the Boston Celtics. And they kept that rivalry alive. Before Magic and Bird got to the league, when Magic Johnson won the title, the NBA title, his rookie year, they hustled after the game. They hustled back to the hotel so they could watch the game on tape delay. That's how bad the NBA was. They came out in the 80-81 season. Michael Jordan came out in 84, I believe. 84, 80, the 83-84 season. Because I believe it was 82, that Olympics when Michael Jordan was there, I think. But Bird, Magic, Jordan, ESPN. When Jordan came out, ESPN happened. When ESPN happened, SportsCenter happened. When SportsCenter happened, SportsCenter highlights in the morning, in the night, always led with a Michael Jordan dunk. It was the perfect storm. So marketing means a lot. So if you saw the Stephen A. Smith panel today with what's her name, Brea Carter and Shannon Sharp, and I forget what the other girl's name was, all of those, everybody was making good points and wasn't nobody wrong. The problem is Stephen A. Smith makes good points every now and then, but people just get sick of listening to him. So even when he makes good points, people don't want to hear it. But he was making a good point. The marketing and the missed opportunities to grow the game would get everybody paid. All of the jersey sales and all of that stuff they would make on the Olympic experience would just take it to a whole nother stratosphere. And that's based on fact. Because if you look at the men's Olympic team, when they started letting NBA players play in the Olympics, that's why we have so many European players now. That's why. That decision right there. Because the NBA went worldwide. They played basketball in other countries, but you never saw any of them hoopers coming over here. Because of that Olympics, when they won the gold medal and the world saw Magic and Michael and Bird and all of them, that's where you got Dirk Nowitzki, Tony Parker, more and more, Petrovic, all them dudes started coming overseas from the Italian leagues and the Russian leagues, and them boys can play. But they had been watching the game. Now it became you could reach out and touch it. And the WNBA is in that same exact spot right now. So yes, they do have to maximize their reach. They do. Money left on the table, SC. Agreed. Listen, what Brittany Griner went through is bullshit. Because Brittany Griner had been playing in Russia for years, for like 8 years. So I guarantee you that wasn't the first time she walked through an airport with some weed. Guarantee you it wasn't the first time. That was a political move, and it worked, in my opinion. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew who Brittany Griner was. Are you kidding me? How many other 6'9" black women you see over there with braids? They knew exactly who she was and exactly what she was doing. And to bring up them charges on her was some straight bullshit. That was a political move, and they got exactly what they wanted out of the deal. It worked out exactly how they probably planned it. The fact that and everybody was like, well, she shouldn't have been doing it. I was like, shut up. She's been doing the same thing she's doing for the last 8 years. And all of a sudden they decided to pop her on it. Like, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. That's literally like somebody checking their mail every day, and all of a sudden the cops roll up and decide to arrest you for checking your mail. You've been doing it for the last umpteen years. Now, why is it a problem now? That's exactly what that was. It was some bullshit. And she got caught up in some political mess, and she was the sacrificial lamb. and it cost her however many months of her life that she can't get back. So yes, it was sad, and it was a damn shame. Why are college coaches on the board to hire Dawn and others for the Olympics? Because Dawn Staley is the best coach in college right now. Do y'all realize Dawn Staley has 3 national championships and should have 4 if it wasn't for the COVID year? And last year, when she won a national championship and went undefeated, she had a whole new team. She had a whole new starting 5. And she won a national title. Do y'all know how hard that is? And I'll say it again. If anybody's word should go unquestioned, it should be Dawn Staley. Because if you really want to talk about people getting snubbed, let's talk about the coverage that Dawn Staley didn't get after winning a national title and going perfect. And they just kind of glazed over it. Anybody else would have been on every cover, every TV station, all of that. Her coverage was minimal. You saw it, talked about it on The View and all of the women's stations, but for the major coverage, no. They would have still been talking about that to this day if other situations were right. So let's stop playing. You know what it is. 84, 85. Let's look that up. Michael Jordan. (1984) Los Angeles men's basketball. So that was 84. So that was right. Now, mind you, that was 84 when we went to the Olympics and Jordan did his thing. Because if you remember, I believe that was the year the Olympic team had a deal with Reebok. Michael Jordan was wearing Nike. And I believe, was that the year he had the when they got the gold medals, he had the American flag draped over his outfit because they had Reebok sweatsuits. He was wearing his Nikes, but they didn't, so he could still rap Nike. He just draped the flag to cover the Reebok logo. I remember that. Shannon really cooked him. Yeah, he made some good. Everybody was making good points this morning. I don't think anybody cooked anybody. It all comes down to what the U.S. Olympic team wants to do. That's what it comes down to. If they want to grow the game, put Caitlin Clark on the team. If they want to win the gold, you put your veteran team together like they did. And again, like I said, I still have questions about some of the people on that veteran team. There's still people I would have selected rather than Chelsea Gray. But they running the show. They stadium, they rules. Sweet home, Bama 24. Monster Mash is an understatement. Dewanna Bonner put him to school today. C-Man, Greed coach on Griner lockup. Set up. They had no overseas every year to play, make more money. Man, she had been going over there for years, man. And listen, I didn't find this out until today. Becky Hammond, the coach for the Las Vegas Aces, Becky Hammond played in Russia for so long, she had dual citizenship and actually played for the Russian team, I believe, won Olympics. That's how it works. So again, for them to pop Brittany Griner, it didn't make sense. So you know it was a setup. Yes, Dawn Staley was also a star in the WNBA. And that's one thing that you remember in the 90s or the 2000s, Martin was the hottest show on television. Martin Lawrence's sitcom, Martin. That was the hottest thing on TV. Martin, that was the best show on television. And that Dawn Staley's Olympic team, Dawn Staley, I think it was Lisa Leslie and That whole team, I think Swoops was on that team, whatever. There was an episode on Martin with that Olympic team on there. And that was a big deal back then. You talking about marketing and reaching your audience? That was a huge deal because back then it wasn't social media. It wasn't none of that. So if you was on Martin, that was huge for you. That was huge. So they bridged that gap at the time. What they had to deal with and what they had access to, they maximized it. Maximized it, not maximized it. I can't even talk. So Dawn Staley's team being on Martin is the equivalent of, going on the Shannon Sharp show or going on the Stephen A. Smith show. That was what it was equal to at that particular time. Who will get the blame for tonight's loss by CC? I don't know. Connecticut, because Connecticut is that good. Didn't nobody have any? Who thought that Indiana was going to beat Connecticut tonight? I thought they would have played a little bit better of a game, but I didn't see them beating Connecticut. Connecticut is too good. I don't know. I don't know if Bonner's going to be on the team. I thought she should be on the team, but I question that too. Why isn't she on the team? I would take Bonner over Brittany Griner right now. Absolutely. Alyssa Thomas is on the team. So I don't know. It would be interesting if they make that call. So we'll see what they're going to do. But it's a lot of stuff, man. And the whole Caitlin Clark situation, it gets tiring because you're asking people these questions over and over again, and you asking them stuff that don't really pertain to them. And I use the examples. Griffey Jr. I knew Ken Griffey Jr. in high school. I went to Cincinnati Princeton. He went to Cincinnati Moeller. We were rival high schools. We actually went to grade school together. He was second grade. Me and my twin sister was first grade, and he got a little brother that was a year behind us. But played against him in high school, knew him. Didn't hang out or anything like that. But if we saw each other at a club or something, we would, "What's up, man? How you doing?" Blah, 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 blah. I remember running into Ken Griffey Jr. I was in Baltimore. My boy Willie T had just gotten married. Willie T for the Eagles. He had just gotten married, and they had Seattle had just played the Orioles. And literally, I saw Ken Griffey Jr. walking down. And it was one of those things like, you know how you say what's up to somebody and they look at you like, I know you, but I don't know your name. It was one of them situations. I was like, yo, what's up, Griff? Marcus Thomas. We came across each other in high school many times. I went to Princeton. You went to. He was like, oh, what's up? Kept it simple and kept it moving. And I never forget, I was with Ben Smith. Ben Smith was a cornerback with the Eagles at the time, and he was drunk. And he was like, yo, bro, I just got finished playing your video game in my hotel room. So, but I say all that to say, even Ken Griffey Jr., when he came out, a lot of people resented him for all the stuff that he was getting. Didn't spend a lot of time in AAA. They brought him back up to the big show, and again, he's somebody that was as advertised. LeBron James as advertised. Tiger Woods as advertised, and people still got mad at it. Not because of what they did, is because the media would constantly pepper you with questions, regardless of what you did, regardless of how good you were. Even when Tiger Woods wasn't winning tournaments, the person that won the tournament would get questions about Tiger Woods, and that would irritate the hell out of people. That's why sometimes there's so much chaos around. Caitlin Clark ain't said shit. She ain't did nothing wrong. She's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. She's saying the right things. She keeping her head down. She avoiding the outside noise. She ain't really responding too much to social media. She's staying focused. She's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. It's everybody else that got the game messed up. Cameron being asked about Diddy. That's a good point. The Fever was not a good team. We all know secret. Correct. Where do we go from here is the question. When do the moves be made? Like I said, in my opinion, they should have at least 5 or 6 wins. And I stand on that. Christy Size does not shoot jump shots or pull down rebounds. They have been in situations I've watched all but maybe 1 or 2 of their games this season and a lot of other games. And they have been in contention to win games at the end and just couldn't do it. Couldn't get it right. Everybody started missing shots or turning the ball over. Or they had that one game where they set it up for the last shot. Caitlin Clark came around and she fumbled the pass. She fumbled the inbound pass. She keeps that pass. She keeps her hands on that ball. She gets to the corner behind the arc, and she at least gets an open look for a 3. Who knows what happens? If she hits it, they win. Worst come to worst, she steps on the line and they tie and go into overtime. But they flubbed it. That ain't on Christy's side. She drew up the right play. Caitlin Clark didn't handle the pass. Somebody tried to tell me it was a bad pass. I was like, no, I watched that and rewatched it. The ball hit her in the hands and she dropped the pass. So they have had opportunities to win. They just have not made it happen. And a lot of times, there are plenty of times where you can get on Christy's side for some of her substitutions, some of her time management, things of that nature. I'm with you 100%. But when it comes to what some of these girls do on the court, Christy's sides don't have nothing to do with going in so fast for a layup that you can't convert it because your body's moving too fast. Christy's sides ain't got nothing to do with Aaliyah Boston pulling down the rebound and not securing the ball and the guard coming in and poking it away from her and you get a turnover. Or not converting when you in the paint. Christy Sides ain't got nothing to do with that. They don't practice misses and turnovers in practice. That's on the players on the court. Period. Because you got to think about it like this. If you're gonna say Christy Sides needs to be fired and all of this stuff and all of these missed shots have happened. So the flip side of that is if they were making the shots and Christy Sides was still calling these bogus plays and all that kind of stuff, would she still be on the hot seat? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to what the players do on the court. So I'm with Ron. Ron, I don't see her. I'm glad CC is going to get some rest and she can watch like everybody else. And the only thing that does is put all of the pressure on the Olympic team. Because if they don't win, they're going to catch hell for that. I don't see them losing. I don't see them losing. Unless something crazy happens. Now, that's happened before. I know they had a couple close games in the past. And some teams will get lucky or just have a good night shooting. And things can happen. Or you might see some of these WNBA players playing for their home squad. I was like, why you going to go Brittany Griner and you got Jonquel Jones balling? I didn't know Jonquel Jones was from the Bahamas. So I was like, okay. So that's something you got to think about. Where is somebody from? That's why I had to look up Arike Ogunbowale. Obviously, you think, oh, she's Nigerian. She's going to play for Nigeria. No, Arike was born in damn Milwaukee. She could play. But I did notice Arike was not on the list. Not considered an alternate, nothing like that. And then the guy from the Pistons. What's his name? I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. No, I can't find it. Should be on my stream because I posted it on my page. 7. Here we go. Hold on. I'm going to bring you in this. Check this out. So Chimize Metu plays for the Detroit Pistons. And he sends this out to Arike Ogunbowale. It says, it's time. And you see the Nigerian flag right there. And this was my Post. Well, after questioning Enrique being excluded from the Olympic team, it looks like she may be playing for the Nigerian team. Other than this tweet, nothing has been confirmed. And that was 2 days ago. And nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. You haven't heard anything. You haven't, because I would think that would make some pretty big news, but I haven't heard anything. So, yeah, Jonquel Jones can bury them threes, man. She's becoming one of my favorite players. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, they still got an opportunity. I still expect them to win gold. It's going to be the way it's going to be. CC fans are the most racist and softest fans I've ever seen. If you're going to hate, you should be tough. I'm not going to go that far because there is a big contingency of fans that keep it real. I'm a Caitlin Clark fan, but I keep it real. My perspective is different. Having played at the professional level, I know what happens, and I know the politics and everything that go on with playing the game, the business of it. I've said this before. Kathy Engelbert, the commissioner of the league, she is just trying to make as much money as she can. She ain't trying to make no waves. All she's trying to do is collect this check because in 2025, there is a new collective bargaining agreement on its way. And the first thing at the top of the list is trying to figure out a way how to get these women paid. So instead of making $75,000 a year and making $275,000 over 4 years, they might have a yearly salary of $150 to $200, something a little bit better, and it continues to go up and up and up. But she got a plan for that. Now she got the players coming out, and you guys that have not been on here before, first of all, I appreciate you, and don't forget to subscribe. Everybody, Ron McBride, Jessica Y, Aaron, all you new folks, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. But every time Kathy Engelbert is on the mic, she is talking about business and how she can secure the league for the next 5 to 10 years. Consistently, every time I've seen her on any show, Bloomberg, Good Morning America, whatever, she is about business. And she knows Kate Beckers is going to be the number 1 pick next year. Lauren Betts is coming. Juju Watkins. Everybody waiting for Juju Watkins. But let's not forget Hannah Hidalgo. Let's not forget Malaysia Fulwiley. Let's not forget Tessa Johnson. Let's not forget Audi Crooks. Let's not forget Hannah Stolke. She got an excellent crop of young women coming out for the next 5 years. Let's not forget Toby Fournier that's going to do the Canadian girl dunking with 2 hands already. She was dunking with 2 hands at 15 years old. Look her up. Toby Fournier. She's bad. She'll be going to Duke. She'll have a lot of eyes on her. So the next 5 to 6 years is set. There is a star coming out of the NCAA for the next 5 years, barring any type of injury or anything like that. Because the next one everybody's going to be watching is Juju Watkins. Kate Beckers is coming out next year and going to light it up. If Kate Becker stays healthy, there's no reason she shouldn't be the number 1 pick. She'll be either Golden State or Toronto. And then you got that girl, Lauren Betts, coming from UCLA, the big 6'5" girl. She's another tall one, another big wingspan. So we'll see. But they got stars coming out. They set for the next 5 or 6 years on top of people we ain't giving the shine to. Somebody's gonna pop up that we didn't expect. So that's coming. Yeah, so okay. If Toronto gets the number 1 pick, I didn't know if it was Golden State or Toronto, but whoever it is probably gonna get Kate Beckers. Kate Becker stays healthy, I thought they was going to be in the national championship game. I didn't like the way that game ended, so it is what it is. Flau'jae, absolutely Flau'jae. If you want to see what LSU is going to do now that Angel Reese is out of there, so now it's on Kim Mulkey. Because now you got to figure out who's your next star. Good call, Flau'jae. Yeah. Absolutely. Flau'jae know what the deal is. Flau'jae know what the deal is. Angel Reese know what the deal is. Angel Reese just decided she want to play that role. She want to be the heel. It's a lot of money to be made in being the heel. But the one thing I said this the other day, after she made her comments, and by the way, if you heard her comments, she wasn't wrong. I didn't like how she sounded. It came out a little, because you tooting your own horn. It sounded like me. However, she was not wrong. She was part of that catalyst that started this movement coming. It was that national championship game, LSU and Iowa, and all of this. That's where it started. Caitlin Clark did it first. She just gave her the same energy, and everybody says she's a bad sport. She's following her around the court and everything. And I said this before. That's when I gained my respect for Caitlin Clark, because at the post game, the conference, Caitlin Clark owned up to it, talking smack, and she wasn't worried about it. That's the way it goes. And I was like, you know what? I appreciate that. Because Angel Reese was right. She got the ring. And you know what? Caitlin Clark talked shit like everybody else. That's why Kennedy Carter checked her. And I was like, everybody getting all upset with Kennedy Carter. Well, did anybody think that maybe Caitlin Clark got in Kennedy Carter's head and drove her to the point where she would commit a flagrant? Kalia Copper is one of my favorites in the league right now. Absolutely. You must be talking about Flau'jae. Flau'jae is like a version of Kalia Copper. I don't know if Flau'jae will end up being that good, because Kalia Copper is balling right now. Yeah, Haley Van Lith. You see Haley Van Lith ain't in the W. She got another year though. Where's she playing next year? Because I know she in the Olympics with Cam Brink on the 3-on-3 team, but we'll see how that works out. Because Haley Van Lith looked lost in that national championship game. She was quick, but she was giving up too much. She was giving up too much height. I thought that was just a bad move on Kim Mulkey's part. Haley Van Lith was getting torched, but they ain't had nobody else. They didn't have nobody else. So I want to see what who's she playing for next year? She transferred, so who's she playing for? So I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see. Very interesting to see. But so yeah, man. Yeah, who does she? Let's look that up real quick. Let's see. Haley Van Lith, American basketball player. That's right. She came from Louisville. She went to She transferred to TCU. She transferred to TCU. Portland League born, high school, college. Louisville, LSU, TCU. So she is on the TCU Horned Frogs. Yeah, I don't know how good TCU is going to be next year, but guess what? We'll see. Let's be honest. CC only scored 10 points today. CC lost 2 championships, and CC only has 3 wins in the WNBA. We have seen much better rookies. Candace Parker was a rookie of the year and MVP as a rookie. MVP. Yeah, but take Candace Parker out of it, man. You can't. Candace Parker is like talking about the NBA and using Michael Jordan as an example. You can't do that because Michael Jordan was the best to ever do it. The same way you can't use Kobe as an example. Kobe is an outlier. You can't use Candace Parker. Candace Parker was the outlier. Ain't nobody else done it like her. Not Asia, not anybody. Not Dewanna, not anybody. So take Candace Parker off the table. Candace Parker was the best to ever do it in the W, period. That's a bad example. You can't set the bar so high that can't nobody reach it. Asia Wilson ain't even in Candace Parker. Not right now. Give her a couple years, we'll see. Breanna Stewart, yeah. Stewie can ball. That's what they need right now, somebody that can dunk. And the only person that I've seen dunk is Ashlyn Watkins for South Carolina. And I said this during the tournament. If Ashlyn Watkins ever gets like a little 10-foot jumper and she can go in and get those rebounds and dunk like she know how to dunk, Ashlyn Watkins will be dangerous. So we'll see what she does next year at South Carolina. So we'll see what's gonna happen, man. We'll see what's gonna happen. But listen, man, C-Man, Jessica Y, JB, everybody in this chat, man, do me a favor. Smash that like button. Please, please make sure you subscribe. The Piano Man, like that name, the Piano Man. I appreciate you, Ron McBride. I appreciate you, Jessica Y. I appreciate the content. Aaron, I appreciate the content. Sweet Home Bama 24. I like that. Appreciate that, man. I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. The chat was lit tonight. SC was bringing the heat tonight. I appreciate you, SC. My twin sister was in the building. I appreciate her. Love you, sis. Dale Wall. Hold on, let me get to this. It is sad to watch how Caitlin is being treated by all the players in the WNBA, including her teammates. They are setting her up to fail. I think this has been planned. Too many games, missed easy shots. Listen, man, and let me just give you my perspective, and this is my opinion, Dale. You welcome to your opinion. I'm welcome to mine. None of this is planned. Let me just say it like that. There's too much money being made. There's too many gears in motion for stuff like that to be planned. That's just the way it played out. The hard play and the hard fouls and all of that kind of stuff. Initially, I thought the same thing. Go back and look at previous seasons. You can go on YouTube and look at previous seasons. Just type in, go to YouTube and type in hard fouls in the WNBA, and you will see stuff from other seasons, and it will let you know that this is not anything new. Everybody's been getting lit up. We've been talking about Candace Parker for the last couple minutes. Go back and look at the fight. Go look at Candace Parker's fight her rookie year when they was in Detroit. That was a bench clearing brawl. And she was a rookie. So it ain't the hard fouls and all of that kind of stuff. It is not anything new. That is, all of this commotion is media driven. Trust me on this one. It's media driven. It gets annoying. It looks a certain way. The optics of it doesn't look good because, like I said before, when I gave the Tiger Woods example, how you gonna win a game? How can you be a golfer? Or let's make it live right now. How can you be on another basketball team and your team just won, but somebody want to ask you about what your thoughts are on Caitlin Clark? I don't care about Caitlin Clark. She ain't on my team. I'm worried about my team and my record and what I'm doing. So don't come here with the Caitlin Clark stuff. That's what's happening. That's why it looks like people resent it, and because you trying to get your own stuff together and folks want to ask you about somebody else. That's the problem with Caitlin Clark. So, Dale, I appreciate you, brother, but we'll agree to disagree on that particular point. But Shadow Pop, I appreciate you. BX Polo, as usual. You got a wrench. You know how we do. For those of you who don't know, if you got a wrench, if you see the guys with a wrench, that means they have been consistent on my stream, and I appreciate them. So I'll give them a wrench. That lets you know that they've been here for a minute and they part of the family. King Fitz, I appreciate you. Everybody, man. Betty R. Everybody. LeVar's been here a lot. So I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Give me some dinner, chill out. The chat was hype, everything was lit, and we're gonna keep it going. I'm gonna be on a schedule. Make sure you click that notification so you can be ready for the next one, because we're gonna keep doing this. And I'm gonna have some football content coming up with the quickness. All right. Appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate the love. Don't be a stranger, and make sure I see you on the next one. Y'all be safe. God bless. And I appreciate everybody in this chat. Let's do it to the next time. All right. Peace.